Greetings, welcome back. Eric's UK here with day 26 of RPG Day 2020. Today's word is strange. And I apologise if this video is a little strange. It's been a very long day for me, very little sleep. So if I waffle more than usual, please just, put up with it. Okay, so strange. Why is role-playing games, or why are role-playing games, I should say, deemed strange by people that don't play them? I've had this in conversation with before, many years ago, with some family and friends of one of my gaming friends. I believe it was his sister I spoke to and some of her friends. And they were saying, quite reasonably, that they couldn't understand why anyone would want to play role-playing games. What was so special about D&D and the like that people all over the world would play something like this? They didn't get it. And my response to them was something along the lines of, I don't understand why people go bird watching, why people go fishing, why people watch sports or play golf. All that stuff is just beyond me, just doesn't do anything for me. I find people that like that sort of stuff a little strange myself, especially fishing. I just don't see what's fishing. Just, but then you've got, and they understood that, they could see that point of view. But then you get people's responses and attitudes along the lines of, no, not so much these days, but I'm sure you've heard before stories that role players are basically just grown men that live in their parents' basements, probably 40-year-old virgins. They have no life, and they sit in dank rooms dressed as wizards and elves, pretending to be that, and I think sometimes the general public kind of still have that sort of viewpoint a little bit, even if they know better. And so I can see why it might be seen as a little strange, a bit unusual. I mean, it is, let's be fair, even though fantasy and science fiction is major, it's big stream in Hollywood, people love it, but the idea of sitting down and playing a game seems strange, unworldly, odd. But I think, as I've mentioned in other videos, that role-playing games, I think, would suit a lot of people. I think a lot of people would enjoy it. If they enjoy The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, either the books and the films or whichever, or they like things like, even cheesy stuff like Hercules and Xena, they like Star Wars, they like Star Trek, they'll find games for it if they want to try them. And I think that if we're going to get role-playing games out of its strange viewpoint, we need to be promoting this game, this hobby, a lot more than perhaps we are. I mean, I find that wargaming like Warhammer 40k and Age of Sigmar get a lot more promotion out there in the real world than D&D or other role-playing games do. And I find that a little odd, because I think more people would be interested in playing D&D than they would a wargame. I think even Magic the Gathering gets more advertising or what have you. So I'm just going to end this here now before I start to waffle and drift off. That I think if we're going to get if we're going to get society, if we're going to get the mundanes out there, bad choice of words, I'm tired, interested in the game, we need to get them round this idea that the game is strange or weird and that we are strange and weird. And for that, I think we need to be more vocal about it and try and get them interested in the hobby. And at that point, I shall leave this short little vid at that. I look forward to seeing any comments or thoughts below, and I look forward to seeing any videos you put up on this topic. Until then, guys, take care, good gaming.